Welcome to The Big Idea. I'm your host, Faith Lark. Today, on The Big Idea, have you ever wondered how the pursuit of truth can lead down a shadowed path? Today, we explore the life of Martin Heidegger, a philosophical giant whose brilliance was tragically intertwined with moral compromise, leaving you to question: how can one of the greatest minds of a generation fall for the most destructive ideology in history? In a dimly lit study in the Black Forest of Germany, an elderly man's trembling hand hovers over blank paper. The year is 1976, and Martin Heidegger confronts the weight of his choices. Outside, the ghosts of marching boots still echo in his memory. Inside, thousands of books line the walls, silent witnesses to a life spent pursuing truth while embracing darkness. You seek meaning in your life, don't you? So did Heidegger, but his quest for understanding led him down a path that would taint his legacy forever. As one of the 20th century's most influential philosophers, he asked the deepest questions about human existence. Yet he aligned himself with one of history's most murderous regimes. His story isn't just about intellectual betrayal. It's about how the pursuit of truth without moral anchoring can lead even the brightest minds astray. Picture Meschach, a small German town in 1889. Church bells ring through narrow streets as young Martin discovers his first philosophical texts in his father's library. The musty scent of old books mingles with incense from the nearby cathedral. But while other children play in the streets, Martin sits alone, wrestling with questions too big for his young mind. What does it mean to truly exist? Why are we here? The Catholic teachings that satisfied others left him hungry for deeper answers. Post-World War, Germany crumbles around him. Traditional values lie in ruins like the bombed-out buildings of Berlin. The guard of his childhood offers no comfort in this wasteland of meaning. Heidegger throws himself into philosophy with the desperation of a drowning man reaching for air. His mind races with revolutionary ideas about human existence, authenticity, and being itself. In 1927, Heidegger publishes Being and Time. The philosophical world erupts in excitement. His concept of Dasein, human existence as something actively engaged with its own being, captures imaginations across Europe. Students flock to his lectures at Freiburg University. His star rises rapidly in academic circles, but something darker stirs beneath the surface of his success. The Nazi party's rise coincides with Heidegger's growing influence. Their promises of German renewal and authentic national identity resonate with his philosophical ideas about returning to fundamental truths. In 1933, he accepts the position of rector at Freiburg University. His inaugural address praises Hitler's vision for a new Germany. Former students and colleagues watch in horror as their brilliant mentor embraces fascism. The halls of Freiburg University grow darker. Heidegger reshapes the institution according to Nazi principles. Jewish professors disappear from their posts. His former mentor Edmund Husserl, a Jew who launched his career, is stripped of his library privileges. When asked to intervene, Heidegger remains silent. His pursuit of authentic German existence blinds him to the human cost of his choices. If you're enjoying The Big Idea, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, Mental Models Mastery. Learn to make better decisions and think like Einstein, Da Vinci, and Socrates. Now back to the episode. As World War II engulfs Europe, Heidegger's philosophical work takes an ominous turn. His private black notebooks reveal disturbing anti-Semitic thoughts intertwined with his philosophical ideas. The man who sought to understand the essence of being now justifies the exclusion and persecution of entire peoples. His words echo in lecture halls while death camps operate beyond the horizon. 1945 arrives with Germany's defeat. The reckoning begins. Denazification committees strip Heidegger of his teaching position. Former colleagues turn their backs. He retreats to his cabin in the Black Forest, but the isolation brings no peace. His reputation lies in ruins, yet he never fully acknowledges the depth of his moral failure. Today, we still grapple with Heidegger's paradox. His philosophical insights continue to influence fields from psychology to artificial intelligence. Yet his writings remain forever stained by his choices. In his final years, he sits in that book-lined study, perhaps understanding too late that intellectual brilliance without moral courage is a path to darkness. What can you learn from Heidegger's tragic journey? His story poses a fundamental challenge. How will you ensure your pursuit of knowledge and success doesn't compromise your humanity? The next time you face a choice between personal advancement and moral principle, remember the philosopher in his study, surrounded by brilliant ideas, but haunted by the shadows of his decisions. Heidegger sought to understand what it means to truly exist, yet he failed to grasp that authentic existence requires more than just intellectual understanding. It demands moral courage and human connection. As you pursue your own path to knowledge and success, remember, the greatest truth isn't found in abstract theories or professional achievements. It lives in the choices you make when your principles are tested. Your own authenticity awaits not in grand philosophical systems, but in small, daily acts of moral courage. Will you choose to stand for what's right when it costs you something? Will you remember that no amount of intellectual brilliance can justify the betrayal of our shared humanity? That's the real question of being that Heidegger's life poses to each of us. In the end, his trembling hand never finished that final page, but your story is still being written. Make it one where truth and moral courage walk hand in hand. On the next episode of The Big Idea, Heidegger's quest for authentic being throws us into a whirlwind of self-reflection, doesn't it? But what happens when the very foundations of truth are questioned? What if the methods we use to uncover reality are actually limiting us? Next time, we're diving headfirst into the world of a philosophical rebel, a man who dared to challenge the most sacred cows of science. Imagine a figure who dreamed of singing opera, yet redefined how we perceive progress. He discovered something that flew in the face of conventional wisdom. His name was Paul Feyerabend, and his story will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about knowledge. Next week, we're questioning the very foundations of knowledge, and Feyerabend's audacious journey is the perfect place to start. Prepare for a wild ride. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code, or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, Mental Models Mastery. 7 mental models used by humanity's greatest minds. Think clearer, decide faster, and spot opportunities everyone misses. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/bi. Thanks for watching.